Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and the Spain campaign. And well, thanks for watching this series, and if you are enjoying it and you like the channel, please drop a subscribe, it really helps. And I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with me asking for you to subscribe at the moment because we're on our way to 1,000. And hey, if we could get there, that would be amazing. And also, when I asked you to subscribe on that UK episode the other day, suddenly I jumped 10 subscribers. So a call to action means that people are going to do it. So let us jump on in, and things are going relatively well. The problem with this campaign is it's becoming more and more unstable, and I actually just lost a whole load of footage that I'd done via Nvidia being shit. But effectively, we were holding, I think, a line somewhere along here, and we did launch an offensive, and that offensive has succeeded, and in fact we've actually pushed out a little bit further than I think we were at in the last episode. Overall, we're doing very well, and we've managed to, do a couple of encirclements down here, a couple more over here, and we've actually got open terrain in front of us, heading into Italy, and I'm sort of moving my way up towards, well, to be honest with you, I'm just trying to support over here, and then hopefully move into Torino and Vercelli. And Oviedo, and at least get a new defensive line that's sort of based around Genoa and stuff. The British are still holding their little bridgehead, and the American push is still occurring. So I think the German front line is starting to capitulate a little bit, to be honest with you. We are not doing too badly at all. In fact, another one of our light armor divisions is moving up quite quickly. Being counterattacked by a couple of Panzer divisions in the north, which is a minor concern. But if we can link up our bridgeheads, then obviously it will make quite a big difference to our advance. And we need to keep the British on the mainland, because if we can give them a route forwards, then that obviously helps massively. There we go, Batov's just made it in. And that's a cavalry division, yeah, so that's not particularly strong. Let's take a couple of light infantry divisions and move them forwards, and then I think we should try and pivot with our light infantry unit, or our light tanks exactly. Let's try and get an encirclement running. And in fact, now probably jump over the river because it's only a single militia unit down there. Right, 45, and I'm just funneling as much as I can into officers. Now, the only thing we are lacking a little bit of is manpower. We're suffering some attrition a little bit now that we're in some rather more dodgy battles. So we need to be a little bit careful. But we've got our tanks and things, like, sort of moving on up quite quickly. In fact, let's actually take you guys up towards Milan, and then towards Genoa. Let's try and get the AI to coalesce, because we're moving really quickly in this terrain. Right, you can see that we're being attacked a little bit by some units. Now, you're not actually adding anything. We've got 5 of these mechanized units. Now, because we're not going to be going on the defensive as much, maybe we only need to do the 4 that are in the production queue. Because that's going to bag us a little tiny bit more manpower, which is going to be important. We've got a fairly sizable army. Now we do need to move our air force up, I think, to help provide some support, because that's probably where some of our losses are occurring. So let's defend accordingly. I think we've got some victories and things to enjoy. See if we can. Okay, so we managed to capture one of the militia units. Not bad. Maybe another German division taken out. We're actually struggling a little bit. Let's move these just HQ units up, just so that we keep pace with our advance. And then yeah, you over there. Get you into position. They're attacking us with a lot of second-rate units at the moment, to be honest with you. don't want them to sort of be allowed to counter-attack over here. So let's make sure that we... There we go. And in fact, we've actually already completed a little bit of a one-liner. We can probably, yeah, list the Forjang and hold there for a moment. Let's take you, you, and then you. We've got a support attack mission that we can do there. And then we'll take you backwards. You can head that way. Okay, we're starting to encounter a little tiny bit of resistance, but an infantry attachment is not going to cut it against tanks. Alright, Abbeville, so we can take the tanks that way, and then use our infantry to end this over here. Definitely don't want them to break out from this circle. We want to keep them in there as long as possible. Okay, that counter-attack's going well there. Another mountain unit back. Head north. That's new. In fact, these are all combat divisions, so take them all north. Konev's now a level 8 commander, which is kind of cool. And yeah, we did lose that province, but it's not all bad. There's a massive gaping hole in their line over here, so when the time comes, we'll be able to counter-attack them. And in fact, we need to support over here because that's actually a bit of a problem unit, that Grenadier division. Heavy tanks, but the problem nonetheless does need a bit of support. Tanks are sort of blitzkrieging in. Redirect another 3 over in that direction. You guys can head up towards Milan. It'd be good if the Swiss joined us as well, because that would give us more divisions with which to take them out with. And there we go, we've just stopped them. And that Hansa division is struggling. Perfect. I'm actually going to take Gorev then, and the militia unit. I'm going to redeploy them over to here. I'm going to take Loretskov that way, and then you, gentlemen, finish off that little encirclement down there. Nation. We're pumping everything into officers at the moment because I'm pretty ahead on the techs I want to be ahead on. Don't think the Germans were expecting the Spanish. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, so down to 32 a day now. So you know we're consolidating our manpower requirements. We can check another infantry division that way. Okay, and then these guys are now taken over. We've got some conscripts there that will be an easy break, I imagine. Yes. That Volga unit will disintegrate. You gentlemen are really starting to grind my gears. I think once we break through here, we'll support that attack over there. There we go. And I think we're starting to sort of overtake them a little bit now. We'll actually fall back there because we're being counter-attacked by some rather annoying close air support. Take all of our additional tanks and things. Probably north now, although they're starting to get a few divisions on our flank, which I don't like, to be honest with you. I feel like the push into Italy is probably more important. Let's try and... I mean, their front looks like it's disintegrating a little bit. And we've got a rail junction here that we'll want to grab. Speaking of rail junctions, let's make sure that we counterattack everywhere that we need to. Oh, actually being counterattacked over here. Stupid. Shouldn't have bothered with that. Tank division is doing quite well. Okay, so the SS Lebenstater has turned up. Let's take our tanks and things sort of in such a direction that they can start to apply a little bit of pressure. See if we can outflank the Legion starter. And the British are still in place. It's good. That's what we like to see. Tanks moving on up, including into Salau. And we're near Austria. We have completely outflanked them. Now, I almost want to hold up the advance here, because there's no need to stick to it. And we're losing all of our overseas possessions, but it's not that important. For a guy that started as a level 1, I think, he's now a level 2 or 3, which is kind of cool. We can counterattack here. Kampfgruppe, an infantry, a cav unit. Let's take the cav unit over the river before they can reinforce. And then you guys can split your forces accordingly. Desto, let's get you over the river. Make sure that we can one that with one that. This one will win as well. I think the British are starting to counterattack now that our support units have given them a little bit of a push. Back there, please. And I think I want to take a couple of tank divisions over the river. Let's not give them any let up. Right, we need Basov and things to sort of move into position. And I think that's another rail nexus, indeed it is. Let's jump over the river here. Let's hit them where it hurts. And in fact, we'll take that light infantry unit up to Lhasa. Let's, we're really, in fact, we're literally on the border of Austria, which is kind of cool. And the Americans are breaking through pretty quickly. Well done, America. Doing your job. Let's complete a little encirclement if we can. We've had a breakage in Vichy, which shows that they've still got some solidly decent units that we need to watch out for. Don't like that particularly, and our tanks are freed up. Let's hit them where it hurts. That tank division is a problem. Let's take one with anti-tank. Mountain units. You both anti-tank? Yes. Let's get both of you that way. You can head up. You can head that way, you can head that way, you can head that way. Actually, we'll take one of them. Take Coronel Hans will head over. It's not a very Spanish sounding name, is it? Right, and then we're keeping that officer ratio nice and healthy. Let's keep our divisions rolling. Skov can keep moving north. Let's try and dislodge them over here. There we go. Tanks move like lightning, don't they? Wow. And we've got an option for another tiny encirclement down here if we can make it work. Supply is becoming a bit of an issue. Take one Pan division south, take the others that way. And I think we should take you around. And I need them to take Ferrar and these provinces here. Head in that direction, allies. Right, there we go. I don't need to head into their lands because that completes an encirclement, not bad. Let's let's take the tanks that way, actually. As you can see, I think we've got the start of a little... Alright, so Armada, so some tank destroyers, actually something that we don't want to be fighting, to be honest. I don't want to be fighting the Lebensstarter, but we will make it work. I think we're starting to see some proper German units starting to arrive again on our front. I think they've seen us as the bigger threat. Though they've just moved into Ferrara, the Americans, so that'll help. Let's try and take Genoa. Establish a true Spanish Empire. Another 3 divisions that we've managed to capture. Some Royal Marines and things. I see we're being counterattacked by a motorized division, but not going too bad. Let's just check how the Soviets are doing. That's a bit like... So they've actually reclaimed a little bit more land. And they've dealt with both the encirclement issues they have down here, so they've dealt with both of those pockets. So that will give them a lot more units which is put on the front, and they're not that far away from Vorozhne. Or Rostov-on-Don, so yeah, they're reclaiming land slowly. At this rate though, we'll reach the German mainland before them. I mean, we're already at the border of Austria. I would imagine that if it was real life, the Germans would be pulling back. Come on. There, let's keep going. We're going to need to call the push off relatively soon, but not before we try for another little encirclement of a couple of the Romanian divisions on the flank here. The more that we can take out sort of now, the better. Are you close to giving in? See if we can't just tip the scales with a little bit of air power. Having the desired impact. You guys are starting to struggle. Consolidate that, and I want to get the mechanized division, so we've got... I want to get those 5 divisions. I'm determined to lock them in place. There is a gap here that they could possibly escape from, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate back this tank division to plug that gap, because whilst I doubt the Bulgarians are a significant threat, we don't want to give them any chance of escape. Take him out. Let's counter support attack down to there. There we go, that's done it. The ticket. Food rationing. I don't think we need to do that. Petrol I think we're okay with as well. But energy, if that comes up as an option, would be lovely. And we've got dockyard facilities. Ah, from Genoa. Lovely. Right, so we can take our tank divisions, take our militia and everything. Let's get them in to position. And then let's try to counterattack. Volunteers. Calling on the reserves now. Scrap metal. Okay for now, but do we have a selection? I've lost a battle somewhere. Yeah. not let that be a problem for us. Let's try and support it. And you know what? Let's finally unleash Voronov on the flank. That's fine. We'll just hold. Tanks. Right, we'll let that go. We've lost another province somewhere. Go. We've lost another province somewhere. Can't say I'm that bothered. Tanks into that battle. I wonder what we're fighting. Infantry and motorized division. I don't want to lose any percent at the moment. I just want to see if the energy one will fire. Come on. Right, there we go. So, 20,000 energy. Yes, please. Not right now. On the battle of whatever it's called. Let's take you that way. Right, come on. Move on up. A bit of a choke point now. Smash him. Everywhere we go. Hit him. Left, right and centre. Keep the push going. Let's move a couple of these divisions this way, move you that way, and then we'll counter that Panzer division. Ah, the British! There we go. You see this, everyone? They're kicking on now. I mean, literally, we've shut them out. We have shut them out. Move you up. We'll take you down to reinforce it as well. Just get into position, please. Right, there we go. That looks like a perfect opportunity to counterattack here. Liquidate the pocket. That'll be another 4 or 5 divisions that we'll have taken out. Not bad. So we could outflank. So you know what? Let's take you. Leave you behind to hold this. And right, the Americans are making some proper progress now. So they're holding against us sort of here, but the soft underbelly tactic is it's working out. Let's put it that way. Like Jesus, it's working out. In fact, they're sending units towards that front. They are so concerned about the Soviets that they're literally going to let us stroll into Germany by the looks of it. Interesting. Wouldn't be my tactical choice, but I've lost the battle there, which is good. But a bit of support in this area would be good, and I'm seeing some breaking. That's a lot of units that we're suffering some breakages with. But it's worth it for encirclements. You know, we don't have to, you know, we need exactly 66 manpower to reinforce. Our manpower is gone. And in which case, sacrifice units. That's all we can do. Right, and then we've got another tank division freed up over here. We're only holding with one tank division. old guard commander. Very strange. That Bulgarian unit obviously be bothered about, but I'd like to go skiing, please. Where's the skiing pile? There's like one of these that's like skiing. I am not crazy. One of these is like a skiing pile. I am not crazy. Or maybe I am crazy. Pretty sure there used to be a person skiing on one of these. Oh well. I've got so much additional IC and like nothing to spend it on. Because I have no manpower. Let's have a think. There isn't anything that jumps out, to be honest with you, that I'd want. Let's just plug it into supplies, get to 999 for now. And then once I've had a chance to think, then we can decide what we want to do with that spare IC. Right. Konev, etc. can leave from the front. Supporting attack here. Support that there as well. Take all of you as well. Break that down. I want the Brits to take Nates and St. Malau and then push out. We'll have a tricolour advance. Ah, lovely. There we go. We'll take you north. We'll have a twin prong. The mountains are not a particularly enjoyable place to have combat in. But we've nearly cleared Switzerland. There, please. You guys are attacking there, good. Let's support attack with these ones, get that envelopment bonus if we aren't already. That takes you green. We're winning all of these combats. We do have a very elite army. Ow. Why would the... Okay. They're not trying to take land away from us, so I guess it's because we're not at war with them. Oh, I really hope they get a partisan uprising event now. That would be fucking amazing. Because it would completely dislodge them. And we are closing in on Paris. We are what? 100 kilometers. Not far at all. Right, British, I'm going to let you go for that. If you wouldn't be so mind to get your ass into gear, please. That would be most helpful. And we're on a new river line now, so in the event that we need to fall back, we can, but to be honest with you, I don't think we'll need to. Although, this battle I'm not as happy with. Classic. Right, you. Take the majority of the tanks north, and then we'll take the militia unit that way as well. John wasn't particularly useful as a commander, and that Panzer division, Panzer Grenadier division, doesn't look particularly good either. Counter-attack is still by that mountain unit, but it doesn't look like it's having the best of times. We're going green in our battle in the south here. This SS Panzer division is holding down the entire centre, which is really good. Supply pressure where the Bulgarians are. They will be the weak link. And this is like Stalin's wet dream, this. You always wanted a second front. There we go, and we are now within 100 kilometers of Paris. No, you're not going anywhere. Excuse me. No, no, no. You think you're escaping? You're not escaping. You're fucked. All 4 of these divisions have had it. You are going to suffer and die. Take Basov North, take you that way. But then everyone else, just hold it down. There we go. Let's cut them down. So they've lost another 4 divisions. And this is our first step on German soil. From the south. So our next targets will be Hitler's bunker complex, along with Vienna, Munich, and Stuttgart, and we'll hope to unhinge their front. The Americans have taken Venice, and hopefully they'll be able to begin to fan out relatively soon. That battle as well. Let's keep knocking on the door. Defensive battle in mountains with tanks will serve us well. That way, that way. More. Forward. Nothing. What's going to be in there? A Luftwaffe garrison unit. Oh. Oh, you're going to struggle. Our reinforcements front 79, so we're lacking a fair amount at the moment. Can I try and surround? No, that was a Panzer division, I wonder. Please try and bomb both of you. Start the more division battle first. I might be able to get that Panzer division. Significantly weaken the forces they've got available. Right, take that Panzer division that way, along with this infantry division. Right, our tanks are now freed up to begin a push again. Not really sizing us down with anything of any real use. Get you guys back around. The Americans can sort of take it from here. On this front. And it crashed.